Do you celebrate Christmas?
I do celebrate Christmas.
Yes, I do.
I do celebrate Christmas.
I do.
Yes.
Yes, I do celebrate Christmas.
Yes and no. I don't really have a family where I can celebrate with, and the closest family I have is in Oregon and San Francisco.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Obviously, I'm a Lutheran.
Why?
I've celebrated it my entire life. It's a great time of year, and I was raised to celebrate it, and so I celebrate it.
I'm more of a family thing. I like to get together with my friends, my family, kind of celebrate, gather around the Christmas tree, that type of thing.
Because it's what I grew up with. You are raised with those traditions in mind.
Because of the birth of Jesus Christ.
Except this year. I just haven't gotten in the mood.
That's a family tradition. I can't remember a time when I didn't celebrate Christmas.
For me and my family, it's the birth of Jesus Christ. It's even though we don't know the exact date he was born, we celebrate the birth of his coming.
Jesus was born on, or that's the day we celebrate Jesus being born, and it's pretty awesome.
Because Christmas is the time of year that we celebrate Jesus' birth.
Christmas has become somewhat of a cultural holiday, and people who aren't Christians even celebrate Christmas. Do you celebrate it religiously or culturally?
I personally celebrate the religious aspects of it. I don't hardcore put my entire Christmas into a religious perspective, and my family is not religious at all, but I think it has become a cultural holiday, and I think I'm okay with that because I think as long as you're celebrating it for the right reasons, like you're using that time of year to be kinder to people, to be giving, to celebrate life in the end of the year and be nice to your family and friends. So yeah, I think it's okay as long as you're not using it as gimme, 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 and it's more of a giving sort of thing.
It's more of a cultural thing for me, personally, because I'm not a super religious guy. I'm more of a spiritualist. I believe something's out there, but, you know, I don't know if it's going to.
It was cultural for a really, really long time, but over the years it's become more of a spiritual holiday, for me at least. Being able to focus on the Holy Family and Mary's role in Jesus's coming into the world and all of those really wonderful nuances about the holiday.
Religiously. I also have a nephew who's married to a Jewish woman, so we go to their house on Christmas Day, and she calls the Christmas tree a Hanukkah bush, and she actually calls it Christmaka because we join the two holidays together to include everyone.
In the past I've gone to church, but normally I just celebrate culturally.
Neither. I still hold some beliefs back from my prior youth, even though I'm not a part of that being no more. But I do like to celebrate it as a way to interact with the people I truly care about.
Religiously, go to church on Christmas Eve, and we also go to Christmas Day. This year it happens to be on a Sunday, so we're going to have that. Each of my family members, my children, they all are grown and they all have their own church homes in the cities that they live.
I celebrate it religiously, but I also incorporate the cultural elements that aren't religious into my celebration of Christmas.
Definitely religiously. I'm too bah humbug to enjoy it culturally. I actually don't like Santa Claus and that sort of thing because I'm Ebenezer Scrooge.
Do you have any holiday traditions?
I have a lot of holiday traditions. There's like specific ornaments that go on our tree. Like we have the Millennium Ball that we've had since the year 2000, and like we have to take turns putting out each year. Another tradition we have is going to the Christmas tree farm every year, and we take turns in my family picking out which Christmas tree we're gonna get, but it never really falls through because the person whose not turn it is or whose turn it isn't ends up picking it, and then we have to fight about it the next year. And my other favorite tradition is when we're coming home from the Christmas tree farm, we all try to convince my mom that the Christmas tree fell off the car, and so we'll have like these intricate plans of what we're gonna do to make her believe that it actually fell off the car.
We bake a lot of cookies. We bake about 3,000 cookies.
I usually put the Christmas tree up the day after Thanksgiving because I love having the house decorated.
Well, family traditions are still in Wisconsin where I grew up, so I'm not part of them anymore, but they still go on.
Yeah, we do quite a few things. We just got our Christmas tree, and we always get a live one, and then we decorate it together. Another thing we do is read the Nutcracker, and sometimes we go and watch the ballet. And that's one of our favorite things to do. We always bake Christmas sugar cookies and spend a whole afternoon decorating them. They usually come out, well, mine come out a little wonky, but my sister's quite good at it.
I try to always make a birthday cake for Jesus, say happy birthday, and then my kids make fun of me.
Well, up until last year, we've been going to my grandma's house for Christmas Eve and then having Christmas at our house. And we always have a nice breakfast beforehand and then go to church and then come back and open presents and then go to my aunt and uncle's house to have the whole family get together.
We do. The day after Thanksgiving, we always go up into the mountains in Washington and cut down a Christmas tree. It's quite lovely. It's like $20 for a permit, whereas like any tree you got at a tree farm would be like $100 to get a tree big enough for our ceiling in our house. It's really quite fun. And we do a cousin gift exchange at Christmas, and our grandma sorts out which cousin will get whom, and it's always a surprise, and it's good fun.
Do you have any fun holiday stories?
Off the top of my head, I remember this one time that my grandma, who didn't like fudge, spat it into the tree, and now we all call it fudge chupping.
Every single year we have these little stories and these little jokes that make the holidays fun.
My son Charles, when we took him to see Santa and we're taking a picture, his older sisters Elizabeth and Elisa were grinning and had on these nice Christmas outfits, and he had on something red, but he had a frown. So we called that his Santa face when he had a frown.
My birthday is 2 days before Christmas, so it gets close enough. I never really had anything Christmas-like that I was able to celebrate every year. It was very difficult. This year, I just got out of being homeless. If it wasn't for this job, I still would have been in that position. No money, no income, struggling, and working jobs that never really made me happy. So this year is the year I actually am excited about. Even though we're not doing anything extravagant, me and my boyfriend Josue are going to be spending time together for my birthday and our Christmas at the Festival of Lights, and we're gonna enjoy that time.
All my kids, well, like I said, they're grown now, but as they were teenagers and adults, I always gave them socks for Christmas, and they just kept making so much fun of me, so I just stopped doing it. And the Christmas that I stopped doing it, they all were really sad. Where's my socks?
What rating is your channel? So my mom does this thing where she wraps up my little brother's presents with items that have nothing to do with his presents. It started when we were doing a remodel, and she kept wrapping his presents in like toaster boxes or with toasters. Last year the theme was gardening supplies, so she wrapped up a rake and taped an iTunes gift card to the bottom of the rake, and so that's her thing. But he decided to get back at her last year and bought her a copy of 50 Shades of Grey and cut out the middle and then put her gift in the middle. Oh, it was quite funny.
What are your favorite things about Christmas?
My favorite thing about Christmas is the general spirit the world is feeling right now. How people just seem a little bit happier, it's brighter, it's just a good feeling all around. I love giving gifts to people, I like getting gifts from people, I like the decorations and dressing up in Christmas sweaters and everything, and I have my Christmas tree earrings, and everything about it I love.
Probably being together with family and friends, spreading the joy of the season.
My favorite things about Christmas are getting to try to figure out how on a budget you're gonna make everybody feel special for Christmas. So, whether it's with presents or maybe making food or something, or cards, and just getting to try to make everyone around you as happy and feel as loved as you can during the holidays. And trying to remember to keep those things up for also the rest of the year, because that's what Advent and Christmas is about changing our lives and preparing for, good news and the better, but trying to not forget about those things when Christmas is over and going back to the way we were in our old ways.
I like how most people, even if they're not Christians, have a positive attitude during Christmas time. I feel kind of bad for people who have lost someone during Christmas because it makes it kind of a sad time for them, but hopefully they can begin to enjoy it again, thinking about being with family and starting traditions of their own when they start their own families and that type of thing.
The favorite thing about Christmas is all the decorations and the smells.
My favorite thing about Christmas is that everyone remembers what I think is really important, and that's each other, being together, and we all take the time to really enjoy each other's company.
Everything.
My favorite thing about Christmas is probably just everyone getting together and being happy and thinking about the good things in life.
Being with family mostly, and celebrating with them and friends if they don't have any place to go. And it's mostly because it celebrates and represents the birth of the Savior, Jesus Christ, and that's what's the most important part of it.
You know, actually, I love the week after Christmas, going to that service, because society has forgotten about their consumerism, and they've taken down all their lights and glitzy red bows. And then you go to church on the next weekend, but we're still celebrating Christ's birth in the church, and it's like one of the most genuine Christmas services. That's quite nice.
How does it make you feel?
Makes me feel very happy.
Happy, I guess, would be the best word to describe it. Hopeful.
Stressed out.
It makes me feel warm, and I just really enjoy being around people at Christmas time.
It makes you excited. It makes me excited. It makes me happy.
Warm, loved.
I think it's one of the best times of the year. It really makes me feel warm and fuzzy, which I know is cheesy, but it's a good feeling, I would say.
It makes me feel good. Even though I celebrate it every day, really, it's just like, even though the world does all the commercial stuff, it's still His name is out there.
Christmas makes me feel happy. It's a fun time of year.
Christmas is kind of like the counterpart to Lent. So like Lent is a time of preparation and self-reflection on the crucifixion and what Christ has done for us. Christmas is like a preparation for Christ's coming, which I kind of tend to feel like I fall short of like preparing my heart for Christ to come, because I'm busy like everybody else is, and it's like taking time to remember that doesn't happen very much.
What will you be doing on Christmas Day?
On Christmas Day, I will be coming here to work in the nursery. I will be opening presents with my family, and then I will be going to my cousin Christina's house to celebrate with my extended family.
Happening on the Christmas tree with my family and giving them gifts.
On Christmas Day, I will be coming here to teach the little ones, and after that, it will be going straight back home to have Christmas dinner with my family and opening presents and going to Mass later on in the evening.
Well, this year Christmas is on Sunday, so I'll be attending church in the morning, and in the afternoon we will head down to where my nephew's house is, and we'll have our Christmaka celebration there.
Oh, that's a good question. I'll probably be calling my sisters.
On Christmas Day this year, I'll be with my fiance's family up in Northern California, and we're going to be going to church on Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Day, I think we're going to just take the day in and maybe watch a couple of movies on the sofa.
I actually will be doing nothing. We're going to be celebrating our Christmas birthday party next week on the 17th, and so other than that, I'm just going to be at home drinking some coffee and watching Netflix.
Well, this year actually I'm doing something different, because I'm actually going to be in London for Christmas this year with my fiance, because he's studying there, and it's going to be magical. Hopefully it's my first white Christmas.
We don't go to church on Christmas Day. It makes me sad. But we always do the reading from Luke. And the past few years, I keep trying to sing it from the Handel Messiah, and everybody is like, Natalie, stop singing. But we wake up, I don't know, around 8 or something, and we go downstairs and we gather everybody together and read the Christmas reading, and then we open our presents, and then we do stockings and all that, and we have cinnamon rolls, And then we go to my grandparents' house. It's good fun.
Who all will be there?
Mom, Dad, brother.
My sister and her husband, my brother,
Kevin's family's church friends.
some of my nephew's friends,
My parents and my siblings and my sister's husband.
My daughter and her family.
my daughter and son will be going with their family.
Maybe my other brothers if they fly in.
Most of my cousins will be there.
My grandson.
There'll be a lot of kids in the house.
What was Christmas like when you were growing up?
Growing up, it was very nice. When I was really young, I would sleep in my sister's bed and we would hear the reindeer clopping on the roof, and sometimes there would even be like a hoof print in the yard, and we'd be like, of course, Santa's real. The evidence is all there. And then my brother was born and less Christmas presents for everyone. Just kidding.
Growing up, I really didn't pay too much attention to it, to be honest. It was more of a, I'm an excited little kid and there's gifts type of thing.
Christmas growing up was the same. Like, you really, really hope Santa's gonna bring you something, and you make the lists. And like I said, Christmas for me was more of a cultural holiday. We didn't talk about the church or God or anything.
Well, one of my mother's traditions on Christmas was to give us underwear, so that was really strange. Especially when you get to the age where you're wearing a bra and you open up a bra on Christmas morning. I was like, thanks, Mom.
My mother was a single parent with 3 daughters, and so she took care of all of our Christmas things.
There's a lot of good memories. When we were really little, we used to bake cookies for Santa, and we would put baby powder on the hearth, and we always left out carrots too for the reindeer because they worked very hard. And in the morning, the cookies would be gone, the carrots would be gone. There'd be crumbs though, and on the hearth there would be footprints, and so that's how we knew Santa came.
And how is it different than now?
As I've gotten older, it's become less about the gifts and more about family and friends.
Now for me, it is that more spiritually centered holiday. And I still do everything that we used to, like opening presents, and I definitely don't make Santa lists anymore. But I would say it's changed drastically just from being, Santa and getting presents to it being more centered on faith and God.
Now we have, the daughters are married and there are fathers and mothers, and it's different.
Well, when we were growing up, we believed in Santa, so that's not so much true now, though I do love the magic of that story. But we still get presents that are from Santa, though it's blatantly in my dad's handwriting now. It always was, but we didn't know that earlier.
It's been pretty similar. Of course, there's been less presents from Santa, although sometimes, I think last year my sisters and I all got 1 present from Santa.
My Christmas is very similar. We have kept the exact same traditions. I've become better at gift giving, and it's fun to express something about my relationship with the person in gift giving. Yeah, it's quite the same.
Did you pass anything on from your childhood to your children?
I think just having the house decorated earlier rather than right before Christmas, because the kids like to decorate, so I'm hoping that they're continuing that tradition in their own families.
When my kids were growing up, we didn't talk about Santa very much at all because I wanted to keep it focused on Jesus. And so that's how they grew up doing it, and the time we're spending together and how we enjoy it. So that's what we passed on.
No, I think we sort of started new things.
And then freestyle, you can talk about whatever you want about Christmas.
I'll just say Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you have a great holiday and a great season, and I hope you have somebody to celebrate with. And if you don't, I want you to know that I am giving my celebration and well wishes to you, and have a great winter season anyhow.
Honestly, the only thing I can say about the holiday season is get together with the people you love. Just spend time with them, tell them how much you appreciate them. Try to do things for the community. It's not always about the gifts. It's about other things as well.
I pray that everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and to remember that we change over this holiday season, but to keep in mind those wonderful feelings of good cheer and spirit and goodwill towards everybody, and not forgetting about those things the day after Christmas ends. Because I think that's the most important thing that we can remember about Christmas.
I love how we come down and decorate the church for Christmas, we call it hanging of the greens. Sanctuary looks very inviting for visitors and guests and people. And I love that our church has the children's pageant, where all of the kids in the church get involved in some sort of a play type thing. They do scripture verses, they do songs. It's just very enjoyable. There's a lot of children in this church, and that is wonderful because children are the future.
Christmas is wonderful. I love Christmas.
This time of year is different from the rest, I think, because it brings people together more than I think most holidays do.
I'm actually really excited about this year. This year has been a struggle, especially for someone who doesn't really have family or a lot of friends. I'm happy for what I have in my life and everything I gained in my job, in my car, in my home, and the health of all the people who really cared about me. I didn't really have parents to support me in anything I do, so I had to do everything on my own. And I'm actually really excited about the year 2017 because I feel like it'll be the go-to year where everything will just get better. As long as I push and work as hard as I do now, it's just only going to get better for me.
You know, like I said, I celebrate Jesus' birthday every day.
I want to talk about how every year we get a tree, and we get a real tree, and it's pretty big, like 10 to 12 feet usually. And my mom's idea is always to have the boxes of ornaments, multiple boxes of ornaments, out on the table. And okay, if anyone has any time, like a spare minute here and there, put a couple ornaments on the tree. And then it's like a couple days before Christmas, and there's about 10 ornaments on that tree. And my mom goes, Jackie, we're going out shopping. You put the ornaments on the tree, because I know you don't like shopping. And I'm like, well, I don't like shopping. So I put all the ornaments on the tree, and then come Christmas Day when we're all gathered around the tree, my sisters are like, why are all of Jackie's homemade ornaments from when she was a child on the front of the tree and there's only like 2 of ours? And I'm like, well, if you would have put your ornaments on the tree, they would be there.
Someday I want to experience Christmas in England. I think I would like it quite a lot. Christmas in California is definitely different from Washington because it's very funny looking to see people try and decorate for Christmas in California because it's like, guys, your fake snow, what are you doing? It doesn't snow here. So it doesn't seem to last as long, which I like. It kind of seems like Christmas actually starts once I get home.
Merry Christmas!